Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Barbecue. My name is Mike, and I've got a very special review video for you today on the all-new Camp Chef Woodwind Pro. A lot of information to go through right here, tons of notes, and it's coming up right now. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. There'll be tons of ways down in the description with lots of links and different ways you can support me, from merch to Patreon, and lots of different ways. So now that that's out of the way, let's get started on this review. I want to share with you that I've had a prototype of this cooker for the last 2 or 3 months, and I've done a lot of cooks on it. So I'm really going to be speaking from the heart here on some of the results that I got from using this cooker over the course of the last several weeks. And I'm going to kind of let the cat out of the bag by saying I was really amazed, and so was my family. Now, as with all review videos that I do, I'm going to have a pinned comment below this video. So if I misspeak during this in terms of something I say, if I forget to mention something, which happens sometimes, or if I want to add anything that maybe I didn't think of prior to, whatever the case may be, there'll be a discussion in the pinned comment below this video. So you can refer to that for anything that I may want to change or amend or add or wish I could reel back in. So make sure you check that. But let's just kind of start off at the ground level and talk about the features and the construction of this grill. This is the 36-inch model. It does come in a 24-inch as well. Now the uniqueness of this, which I'm going to get to in a bit, is this smoke box right here, which you can fill with wood chunks or charcoal to help enhance the flavor of your cooks. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've done it, and it does enhance the flavor of your cooks. In fact, it's amazing. It's really good stuff. So if you have got a pellet grill, or maybe you've had a pellet grill in the past and you kind of miss that charcoal flavor, or you want a more intense wood flavor to your food, this grill answers the bell. Now, when this cooker came to me last week, I unboxed it and I assembled it, and I'm going to tell you that this is probably the easiest and most organized assembly that I've ever done on any pellet cooker, and and any of the Camp Chef cookers too. They've all been workable. The prototype was a little weird because it was all like hand welded stuff, and so I had some issues with that, but this finalized version, everything was perfect. All the bags were labeled with all the hardware by step, so you know for step 1 or step 2 or step 3 which hardware you're going to need for that step. Everything aligned beautifully. I didn't have to jostle anything around or force anything to go into place. So it went together awesome. And even though I know you're not supposed to, even with this being a 36-inch, I was able to do this 100% on my own. So you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have help with some of the heavier lifting parts, but just know it's not a very complicated assembly. And it went great. Now, some of the differences with the exterior of this model versus the original Woodwind is that the body of this cooker is stainless steel. So you can see the main portion of the cooker, as well as inside the cooker, everything is stainless steel with the exception of these bottom grates. There is also a lid gasket that goes all the way around this lid, which really helps, and I did this during the burn, and it really helps to keep a lot of that smoke in the cook chamber. I know that the lid is the thing that gets the dirtiest when you use this over time, so with this being black, it's not going to show as much of that crud, and it should still be really easy to clean. I did a cleaning video on the original Woodwind a few months back, and there's a cleaner that I use for that. And I'll put a link to that video down below, as well as a link to that cleaner, just so you guys have it, because it's really good at cleaning grills, grease, grime, and especially works great on the stainless steel part of this. So for starters, I did set this thing up. I connected it to my phone app and to the Wi-Fi, and everything went great. It did one update, and then it was able to reboot and come right back online. I didn't have any quirks or any problems. So that was really easy, and that was really nice and welcoming, because a lot of times it doesn't work out that way with new cookers. And I know because I've probably got 20 of them here that you can't see right now. So the fact that that just worked is really good, especially for people that maybe aren't really tech savvy. Simple process, and provides you with a ton of convenience. This controller does have a cold smoke feature, which is basically labeled as fan only. So if you wanted to say smoke cheese in this cooker, you can do that. Cold weather, just get yourself a smoke tube and some pellets in there and just turn it on fan only mode, and that enables you to go ahead and do any kind of cold smoking that you want to do. The hopper is very similar to the original Woodwind. This is a 22-pound hopper, I believe, and if I'm misspeaking, I'll put it in that pinned comment, but I'm almost positive it's a 22-pound hopper. This cooker has a very sturdy bottom shelf. It has 4 casters that do a wonderful job moving it around my patio, and I even pulled it through my lawn from the garage, which is where I assembled it, to get it here to film this video. And it did a great job with that. So these casters, these wheels, they're going to do a great job for you pretty much no matter where you have it. On the front here, we do have that signature Camp Chef bottle opener, which a lot of people love. Now, I have the Sidekick on mine. This normally comes with a side shelf, but I do have the Sidekick here, and this Sidekick will enable you to either have just a direct flame for a pot, you can have this griddle, you can have a grill box for searing, you can have a pizza oven. So there are several different ways that you can use that Sidekick, and I'm telling you, it is a game changer. So if you're going to purchase this cooker, make sure you consider the Sidekick as your first accessory. On the back of the cooker, we do have a new rear vent system. Now, this is all part of the airflow design that Camp Chef has created, which allows the smoke and the air to circle around the cook chamber and then exit out the back through those vents. Those vents are also adjustable. Now let's take a look under the hood. The Woodwind Pro has additional insulation here on the lid, which helps hold smoke and temperature. And there's also, along this back wall where those vents are, additional insulation there as well. So it's almost like double insulation, and this is going to help keep smoke in the chamber. It's going to assist with airflow, and it's going to help hold temperatures. Up on top, we have 2 stainless steel grates, and you can move these around almost any way that you want. If you want to have them both on the same level, you can. Then we have our main grates. Thermometer is located here on the left side of the cooker, and underneath here we have our stainless drip pan, which again, most people line with foil. And underneath that, this is the smoke box area here, and you can see as I pull this out, this is where you can add hardwood or charcoal to control the flavor and add flavor to your cooks. I think I have fit 10 to 12 briquettes in here before, but whatever it is, it lasts plenty, and really I don't even ever have to add more coal to the cook. That gives me a nice flavor on top of the beautiful flavor I'm already getting from the clean smoke and the wood pellets. And because this is right above the burn pot, you'll get clean smoke from whatever you put in this box almost immediately. Thin blue smoke comes within just a few minutes, and it's very easy to do. You can see that there is a small cover right over here. So as I twist this handle here, I'm exposing those coals or that hardwood to the flame that's coming right up from the burn pot. So you'll leave it in this position for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes is my experience, to allow those coals to light. Then you'll turn this back, and from there you've got a beautiful addition. I really love to put charcoal in here. I get a lot of wood flavor from my pellets, so I just like to add a few briquettes to the cook. That gives you some beautiful charcoal flavor that a lot of people miss. I know I've missed when I use a pellet cooker, built right on top of that wood pellet flavor. And this is without having to sit here and babysit the cooker. Remember, it's still a pellet cooker. So once you get everything started, you can walk away, go inside, watch the game, do whatever you want, monitor everything on your app, so you don't lose that convenience. And there's been a lot of speculation. You know, I've known about this cooker for the last couple months, and there's been a lot of speculation that this cooker was going to be sort of like that gravity-fed cooker that everybody talks about. And this is much different, because with the gravity-fed cooker and with other cookers, they have their certain way of delivering fuel to the cooker, and that way is that way. It's not interchangeable. It just works how it works, kind of like how a pellet cooker works. But with this, not only do we have a smoke setting adjustment on the controller, anywhere from smoke 1 all the way to smoke 10, but we can add additional smoke flavor or additional flavors with charcoal by using this smoke box. So for example, when my daughter and her boyfriend come by, they're not big on really heavy smoke flavor. So whether I'm doing a brisket or whether I'm doing pork butt, I'll just use this cooker without any additional fuel here in this box. I'll just put it on smoke 1, I'll let the pellets do their thing, and it's good to go. Now when I have my buddies over who like to judge my barbecue by bark and smoke ring and all those different things, because, you know, I have a YouTube channel, so that apparently makes me a barbecue expert, they always really judge my food harshly. So because they like heavy smoke flavor, I'm gonna go smoke 10 on that controller, and I'm going to be adding some charcoal and some wood chunks to this box. And I'm going to tell you the results have been amazing. You can definitely taste the addition of the smoke or the coal, and you get a lot more smoke flavor that way. So it's hard to tell you with what percentage. I'm just going to tell you that it works. So if you haven't tried it and you're skeptical, you can take my word for it. I've definitely noticed a difference, and so has everybody that's come here to try that food. Now, with this feature being here, it does create just a little bit more work for your cleanup, because you're going to want to take this thing apart and vacuum it out every so often. So when you do that, you'll have to pull this tray back all the way, and you'll have to remove this cover. And now this will give you access to the entire belly of the cooker for all the vacuuming that you'll need to do. You can still drain the hopper on this cooker. There is a release lever there if you want to change out pellets, so that's really easy. Pull that lever out, the hopper will drain. We still have the ash cup underneath the cooker here, which also has a release lever. This will keep you from having to clean the cooker as much, although I'm a big advocate of cleaning the cooker very, very often, just for safety reasons and cleanliness in your cooks. But you can easily drop the ash from the fire pot down into that ash cup after every single cook. This is going to help keep you away from things like flame outs and backburns. So it's really simple, and it requires you to do a lot less work between cooks. The grease bucket is located on this side underneath the Sidekick here, or it would be underneath the shelf, and it's very easy to access and clean when you need to. The cover for this cooker I absolutely love. In years past, if you had a cooker and you had, if you had a Camp Chef cooker and you had the Sidekick on it, the covers wouldn't quite fit perfectly. They would sort of need to be stretched a bit to fit. These new covers will fit beautifully over the cooker, whether you've got the side shelf or the Sidekick. So there's no additional stress on the cover, and they just appear to be constructed better to me, in my opinion. So definitely consider the cover. I think you should absolutely buy the cover. It should be your first or second accessory option if you're going to buy this cooker, whether it's 24 or 36. As I've said in other videos that I've done with Camp Chef reviews, my one and only gripe about this cooker is the main grates. I wish these were better quality, but you know, that said, I've had Camp Chef cookers for 3 or 4 years now, and I've never had a problem with those grates. They clean up easy, they work fine, they didn't deteriorate or chip on me or anything. So maybe I'm just complaining to complain, but I just wish that they were stainless steel or that they were cast iron. Again, that's just my personal preference, but it shouldn't really influence you, because once again, I've had them for a while. I've used this same set of grates on many different cookers from Camp Chef, and they've always been fine. Now let's get to the summary for this. So there are two options for this cooker. You've got the 24-inch and the 36. The 24-inch, I believe, at the time of launching this video, is $11.99, and the 36-inch is $14.99. So the big question is, Mike, is it worth it? And I'm going to stand here and tell you that yes, because if you could just taste the difference in the food when you're using this feature here with the additional smoke or the additional flavor changes from charcoal, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a foodie and you love food like me and you just enjoy cooking on weekends or weeknights, you want to wow your family, you want to wow your guests, I mean, this cooker has produced some amazing bark and just incredible flavor with everything that I have cooked on it. That prototype cooker, I did so many cooks on it. They turned out great. I made steaks, I made pork butt, one day I had almost 100, I think it was over 100 wings I made for my buddies. I probably overfilled it that day. But that was on the 24-inch. So if you go with the 24-inch, you're going to have plenty of space. The 36-inch is going to give you even more. So if you're considering purchasing a pellet cooker, this is one that you really want to consider. And I'm going to have links down below. I believe they're going to be affiliate links. I'm not sure if I'm going to figure out how to use that, but regardless, there's going to be links down below where you can get more information, or you can place an order for one of these cookers. And please, everybody that's watching this, hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment below. Just if anything, let me know how I did on this video. Let me know what you think of my video quality, my audio, my presentation. And that's it for today. I want to thank you very much for hanging out with me. As always, I truly and deeply appreciate all your support. Take care. Till next time, I'll see you on the next episode.